Hi, friend. Today, I wanted to talk about what it could look like to hope like a mother. It is supposed to be a play on words, a little bit like hurts like a mother. Hope like a mother could be literal, or it could be the kind of tangible, graspable, fight everyone mama bear style for the future of your child kind of hope like a mother. So today I wanted to explain what I mean by it and what it looks like in my life. I'm Andy. I live in Portugal with my family of 7, but one of them is in the US now. So when I think about hope, this kind of hope, the put on your gas mask and go to a protest hope, the world is falling apart and we're going to hope anyway kind of hope, I think of Rebecca Solnit, and she says hope is like an axe. I'm not going to get the quote exactly right. Hope is like an axe you use to break down the door in an emergency. This is not fluttery. This is not dreamy. In my other video, which you can see here, about how I keep holding on to hope through finding the beauty or micro joys. But hope is like this. Hope like a mother is not weenie hope. No hope is weenie hope because it takes courage to hope. It takes gumption to hope for a better future. Hope is scary because it is not promised. You're hoping for something and you don't know if you're going to get it. And you hope anyway. You could waste away pining for the sun, or you might go insane, waiting for even the smallest crescent of moon hanging in black. Don't do it. Pick up a match, dear, and strike that thing on the bottom of your own dang shoe. Lori Hateen. Happy birthday. I love you so much. So, Hope Like a Mother is a painting that I did of a woman who was out in the streets night after night in Tbilisi protesting what she did not agree with in her country's government. And she actually is not a mother in the traditional sense, but if someone is looking to the future for their country, for the generations to come, that is hope like a mother. You do not have to be a mother to embody this kind of hope. And as you can see, my friend is pretty rad. I think we all are feeling rather overwhelmed right now and teetering perhaps on the edge of despair. And the reason that I want to talk about hope like a mother is because hope is an action, and the way to deal with overwhelming circumstances and the way to deal with existential dread, which is certainly the emotional flavor of the day in the Lord's year 2026. The way to deal with this is what my friend Gretchen said that she did so that she wouldn't collapse under the weight of the existential dread in her life, which was a cancer diagnosis, a terminal cancer diagnosis. And she lived the first 6 years of her 40s, the only 6 years of her 40s, dealing with cancer that whole time. And she said that when the weight of the sorrow of just knowing like her kids were going to have all these milestones without her, she was looking to the future and she wasn't in it with her children. She said sometimes that weight was just more than she could bear. It was more than she could process. She was very committed to processing the feelings, but sometimes she said the feelings were so overwhelming that she had to move. The way that she dealt with the feelings was actually by physically moving her body to move the feelings through. And hope is this way. I think we ignite hope by taking action toward a future that we want for ourselves, for our children, for the world at large. For me, I had hope that my children, my Black sons, would be able to be their neurodivergent selves and not have that endanger them in interactions with law enforcement, for example. So I had this hope to see the world with my family. I had this hope to fulfill this dream that I had to live abroad. It was a 20-year dream. But also, I was fueled by feeling like I did not see a future for my boys, specifically in America. And I think if you are somebody who hope for you would look like leaving, but it seems like a pipe dream, hope for me and leaving also felt like a pipe dream. Like literally, I use those words. I have this pipe dream to go live in the Republic of Georgia. Well, 2 years later, I was living in the Republic of Georgia. Listen to your pipe dreams, friends. I guess I just wanted to encourage you, don't give up hope and take the actions that you need to take to give yourself hope. I have 2 options for you for what that could look like. They're both in my description, wherever that is, down there. My Get Me Out of Here bundle. It is just to show you if it's possible to leave America. It will give you the answer you need, and then it can stop swimming around in your mind, and you can like have a plan and be where you are or start making moves to go. So if you are serious about leaving, start with the Get Me Out of Here bundle. I would argue now that going back feels completely off the table because I don't feel like there's much of a future for any of the kids right now. America is not building a hopeful future for the children. America is not caring for the children. Hope like a mother, whether or not you are a biological mother, is this willingness and this focus on the future, a future that is beautiful and filled with safety and love and resourcing for everyone. That is what hope like a mother looks like. And right now, what's happening there in the US is not looking to the future. It's only caring about greed now. And I think there's a pattern of that in America for a very, very long time. And it's why people talk about the matriarchy, and it's why we sort of want to burn it all down. Oh gosh, I'm in an art mood, and there's this amazing artist, and I love it so much. And she paints these girls who are holding like flaming Molotov cocktails. Is that what they're called? And they just say like, burn it down. And the systems need to burn down. Hope like a mother means building better systems, building a future that can sustain people, that is life-giving to people instead of stripping people's humanity away. And, you know, I honestly think part of the reason that Minnesota has been so deeply under attack by the government is because Minnesota does this well in a lot of ways. Minnesota has social safety nets. which I am grateful for right now because my daughter is living there and working at entry level, you know? That's not enough to live by. Minnesota was always very good to us as a family who has kids with intellectual disabilities. Minnesota was always such a humane state to live in as far as services go. And it is very unusual in America for that reason, because it's a lot more European in its sensibilities in Minnesota as far as the government goes. Now, Minnesota has had its share of heartbreak, and there is plenty of racism in Minnesota. So don't get me wrong, but Minnesota I've been really proud of this year, particularly, and just how so many mothers, biological mothers, have showed up and protected the children and protected their neighbors. That is hope like a mother. This kind of hope does what is needed to make sure that people are okay. And so for me, that did mean leaving with my family. And it was hoping for my own self too. It was hoping that there was a future for me where I had more capacity, where I felt more like myself. I am newly diagnosed in the last year with ADHD, or sort of diagnosed. Sometimes these things are not so clear. I have ADHD meds. They're very helpful. But if you have hung out with me, friend, for a little while here, you've heard me say that I felt like I was drowning in America. And so for me, hope looked like leaving. I think of this heartbreaking, amazing video that my friend and coach just did, Glow Atonmo, about Black women in America and what it is like to leave and have people give you the benefit of the doubt instead of just the doubt. There are a lot of people who hope looks like leaving. Hope for you may look like getting the heck out with your kids. This is hope that has fangs. I said fangs because I'm thinking of a poem by my friend Lori. Happy birthday, Lori. I am thinking about your Daisies and Fangs poem, the epigraph in Shannon Martin's book, Counterweights. Counterweights is a great demonstration of hoping like a mother. You should check out that book. I am so inspired by other mothers who maybe they're a single mom and they've just decided they've had it. They want to be treated humanely. They want their children to be treated humanely. And so they've left. All kinds of people in all kinds of circumstances have left. And that is why I show up here in this YouTube channel, because we are not your average bear. Yogi bear? Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, we are just not your normal family, period, exclamation point. But also, as far as families who move abroad, I've met another big family who has adopted kids here in Portugal. There's quite a few people with adoptive children who have left, but families as big as mine with 5 kids, that's pretty rare. Hope for you might mean taking action, taking little actions, figuring out how you can travel more, figuring out how you can downsize so that you have more budget to work with if you want to move abroad. Hope can look like simply igniting your own spark of hope by looking and listening to other people's stories who have done it. There are so many stories out there. My friend Vanessa Jupe has a podcast called 101 Ways Out. All kinds of people in all kinds of circumstances, and certainly not rich ones, solidly middle class people, have left America hoping for a better future. I don't know if you've heard people say the new American dream is to leave. Sorry. The thing about this microphone is I get really self-conscious about swallowing because it hears me swallow when I drink. I don't know if that's like really upsetting to you as a listener. I usually cut it out. Maybe I don't need to. Tell me in the comments. Anyway, if you are somebody who really likes this lady, I just opened my art website again, or for the first time. This is a new art website of mine, and you should look at it. It's Mother's Day week. We just had Portuguese Mother's Day. Next Sunday is American Mother's Day. Oh, and I know it's Maycember, friends. So if you need a t-shirt to wear around for part of Maycember, I think it'll probably take a week to get to you after you order it. But if you want this lady on a t-shirt and a reminder on your belly to hope like a mother, I would love to supply that for you. You can get it there. Right now I'm printing them in America and sending them in America. I'm going to see my daughter in about a month, and I'm going to have her bring me one. So by the time you see this, there will be things on my art website. Go and browse some of my artwork for fun. Sometimes I get to the end of these videos. I don't know if you've noticed, because I don't know if you make it to the end of my videos, but I just sort of like, I'm not sure what to say anymore. And then I'm like, bye. I do want to show you one thing that's really, really, really pretty, and something that I do to help me not despair, because despair is the opposite of hope. And so I surround myself with little beautiful things to help me not despair. And I call that Find the Beauty. But look at my pretty, pretty rose bush. Is it a bush if it's in a pot? It's probably not. But there's more coming and blooming, and I love it. So go find the beauty. I'm Andy. I'm here to remind you to dare to truly live and to find the beauty, whatever beauty looks like in your life. It was really nice to be with you. See you tomorrow on 44 Ways I Built a Life That Doesn't Break Me.